with him on the joint with his wife.
Oh,
I don't know if it's his wife, but his girl, baby mother, lover,
mama.
Wait.
Continue, nigga. Keep it together, nigga. Keep it together, nigga.
I was gonna say on the track with his baby.
Mama. It's ready.
And we are up in this piece, moving like a beast. You know I'm from the East. You know what I mean? Your co-host right here.
With the least.
That's how you feel?
It was too easy.
And your shirt got no sleeves. But anyway, here we are, the Hold It Down podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'll be your co-host, Quan the Don. You know what I'm saying? AKA, some people know me as the Quizzer. You know what I'm saying? I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Here are my co-hosts.
I just feel like the Quizzer is a reach.
It's a reach.
All I'm saying. It's a reach.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure I'm not one of the killer bees on the swarm?
Nope.
I had to take people through the 36 chambers of death, kid.
Nope. You could probably take them through the 36 chambers of fries. I don't know about through 36 chambers of death.
Some fries do get cooked in chambers.
This is true.
There do be bars up in there. They taste good.
Anyway, this is a whole damn podcast where it's like hip hop and better up culture as a whole. I am your main man, the unstoppable Bloodbath, as you can see, still in the kitchen. Yeah.
Whipping up the babies.
The show is broken up into a couple parts. We got hip hop shenanigans, aka Quan's favorite part of the show. We get into our actual battle review, and then we close it out with our artist of the week and like random closing remarks.
We're gonna be the only podcast with ad libs. I swear. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. You know how funny that be? Niggas having a serious conversation, be like, yeah, man, so, you know, Russell Simmons trying to make this new deal. You know what I'm saying? He got Drake involved, you know what I'm saying? So what they trying to do is make music and clothes together. That's just fucking crazy, my nigga.
I don't think that ad libs work in casual conversation. The only niggas who get away with it are New York niggas. Because it's because they've naturally been doing it for years. People don't notice it. They were like, all right, so boom. or like, you know, bong bong, like niggas, like only New York niggas have random onomatopoeias in the middle of their like sentences, and niggas just act like as normal to have sound effects.
Yeah. I was dead ass surprised when the world just caught on to bing bong. Like when he said it, I directly understood it as a New Yorker, even though it's a Coney Island thing. Shout out to Nims, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, yo, bing bong. I was like, that belonged perfectly in the sentence. That needed to be there. And all of a sudden, the whole world was just like, bing bong. I was like, oh, okay, y'all feel us? All right, cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, they all felt it, but it was like it just fit, you know. Like Southern niggas, we don't have sound effects when we talk.
Bow.
Probably because we usually talk so slow that we don't got time to be inserting sound effects. Everybody's waiting for a sentence to end.
Now the problem is if a Southern podcast really had ad libs, it'd be like on some Jeezy Bigo shit. Like, mama. Imagine nigga was like, yeah, man. So you know, Jeezy just had another concert. Yeah, snow. Like, it's just funny. And plus, y'all usually tend to have specific either y'all don't have anything in the middle. Y'all kind of either have really specific ad libs like Jeezy, you can put it to a person, or you have the generic ones where niggas be like, yeah, and even then that kind of be tied to niggas like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I say yo, I ain't gonna lie, we almost could do a whole segment just on ad libs because like the ya has transcended. Like now when I hear ya, I think of Duke Deuce.
Yeah, because that's true. That's very true.
But the ya has traveled through from the from like the snap era.
There are very few people who have distinct ad libs.
Yeah,
I can give you two off the top of my head. Soulja Boy's you. That's his. Can anybody else did it before or after him?
You know what? Since we're gonna go back to Soulja Boy, I'll put one that's kind of random, but in that slot a little bit.
Okay.
Little Scrappies. All right. I feel like I know his voice distinctly, and it was used in some other joints. but like, and producers know. For those that have been producing for years now, some of them trap kits had that I, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I would hear Lil Scrappy's voice. You know what I mean?
I could think of Schoolboy's Yak Yak. That's only Schoolboy.
Yeah. Yak 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 Yak.
Yeah, that's only him.
It even went on the song that wasn't even for him. He didn't have a verse on it, nothing, but you know the Yak 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 Yak. I almost wish he didn't stop doing the Yak Yak. I feel like I didn't hear it that much on Crash Talk.
Nah, he don't do as much no more.
You know, niggas just got swag like that. Niggas can just, do some shit and be like, all right, I'm done with it. On to the next thing. It's a motherfucking Q, nigga. Groovy Q. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get into some of these topics before we start talking about ad-libs again. Oh! Now, what y'all want to do? Want to be ballers, shot callers, brawlers? Y'all want to be brawlers. Niggas don't want to fight no more.
No, they don't.
That's a damn shame. That's really a shame. But first one I'm going to do, I'm probably going to run through some of mine a little on the quicker side because there ain't really too much to dive into. Just, get in, get out, you know what I'm saying, like a robbery. First one, Jeezy and Quality Control's Coach K squash beef at the Thug Motivation Symphony Hall concert.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get it. No, I got to say this. What lives in my head rent free is when niggas was voting, they had the meme from Jeezy. Like, first I'm gonna stack some votes.
Yup.
Then I'm gonna stack some votes.
And then what? Yep.
That was hilarious.
Yep.
I don't care what he said. That was the most hilarious political meme to me ever in life.
Nah.
I died laughing to that one.
I like that one, and I like Vote Baby.
Nah, because he really made
He really did it. He really did. He really made that remix.
And I fuss with him for that because it's like, fuck it, nigga, there's probably a check involved. You know what I'm saying? You want to get involved in the voting. It's like, all I got to do is remake a song. All right, shoot. Vote Baby.
Vote Baby.
I ain't mad at that. You know what I'm saying?
There was a couple niggas who made remixes to their songs.
Yeah.
Juvenile did to Vax That Thing Up.
Yo, I see, and that's where it went wrong.
Yeah, like that?
I didn't like that one. That one went wrong. That one went all the way wrong.
I was all for it.
You know
it made sense to me.
And then we had to have Capella Gray come up with Gallus to save the sample. You know what I'm saying? See, New York niggas always come through to save the day, nigga. How we coming through New York saving a New Orleans classic? You feel me? Shout out to the next person that's gonna sample that and make a hit out of it. I hope it's me, low key. That thing, nigga, I might sample that today, nigga.
All right, let me know how that goes.
I think enough time has passed. Niggas might forget, make it something else. You know what I'm saying? Hey, maybe it might come to Too Rare. You know what I'm saying? What's up?
I want to talk about sample real quick. This is in the notes. So I don't listen to King Combs very much, but that song he got with Kodak is excellent. It is an excellent sample flip. Have you heard it?
I heard the TikTok snippets of it.
Okay.
I will say,
Don't Stop is good, bro. I actually like that song. Y'all know, or you should know. I don't really listen to Kodak. I try not to, but I can't deny the nigga does make hits. But
he does make good.
And he's the best part of that song. King Combs is whatever.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, King Combs, he knows how to make good King Combs kind of should be like more on a DJ Khaled type thing because I feel like he knows how to make good records, but he'll never be the strong part of it
ever.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so he's become more like French Montana.
Yeah,
he's probably good for a hit every couple of years, but he not gonna be a nigga that you just regularly listen to.
Yeah, and he ain't really been recognized yet because he ain't really caught. I mean, besides the Kodak one, like that might be his hit at this point. But from somebody that actually I actually listened to one of his tapes when it came out, and they had like 2 or 3 good joints on there. It was one joint, and I hate this because I used to have this this chick that I would bring home from work, and I played the song. So it was when the City Girls was popping. So let me just give you context. It was a song with King Combs, City Girls, another nigga we don't know, and T Grizzly.
Okay.
So you can just imagine the tempo.
Yep.
And it was called Surf. So you can only just imagine what it was about. And Young Miami was on the hook. And when I tell you that shit rode, my nigga, like niggas talk about now like playing Glorilla and trying to like mask, you know what I'm saying, how good the song is, but they don't want to be like, but they really in the mind be like, nigga free. That's how I felt about that song. That song was fucking fire. You know what I'm saying? Fucking fire. And that chick used to always make fun of me because she'd be like, surf, bitch. Like, because that's how the song really went. And I'd be like in the car, like, nigga, riding through the hood of Atlanta. Surf, bitch. Pussy so wet, making surf, bitch.
Yep. Sounds like a good song to me.
That song is fucking, nigga, if I play you that song right now, you might be like, I can see the appeal.
Yeah.
You definitely, especially if that song ever came on in a club. Mm-hmm. I was almost surprised it didn't blow up. And then he had a West Coast joint on there that was actually pretty good too. I think it had 03 Greedo. Yeah, I was about to say his name totally wrong. I was about to say 03 Greasy. Different person. No. Shout out to him too, because I heard he got released from prison and he definitely had an ill sentence. Like they gave him many, like not many double digits, but he was in the 20s with it. Like we wouldn't go see him again. But
But anyway, my original point was about the sample flip, right? Yeah. So don't stop with that nice Bad Boy sample flip. I mean, they can only get that because he's Diddy's son, obviously.
For sure. I mean, I definitely like the sample flip too, because like I was a fan of the song. Was it Crush on You? Mm-hmm. I love that song. I wasn't even a fan of I forget the name of the church that flipped that sample into Melodies from Heaven. Mm-hmm. I think it was Faith City. I think it was Faith City, something like that. I'm mad I'm messing the name up, but they even killed it. Like Melodies from Heaven. Their blend of that was so fire, so fire. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jesus, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But that's a very ill sample, and Kodak just be knowing what to do on shit. You know what I'm saying? Now I ain't gonna lie, it ain't my favorite because I feel like the tempo of the joint kind of has a bop to it, and Kodak kind of goes on like really calm. So it kind of throws a little for me, but I can understand, like, it definitely has appeal to it. I haven't listened to the full song, so maybe if I listen to the full song, I might be able to get into it,
Yeah, I've listened to the full song. I think it keeps the original vibe of the original, but then they add, like, a nice New Orleans bounce to it. I'm like, okay, I didn't see this coming, but I like the energy behind it. So.
Yeah, and I ain't mad at that. So, yeah, shout out to that sample. Shout out to King Combs.
A good sample flip, bro. It's always necessary. Like
for sure.
I love it.
If it ain't drill, cause I ain't gonna lie, I don't know.
Yeah. You know, I don't support that.
Yeah. Besides the niggas that like drill, I don't even know no more because we done sampled everything. Nigga, I just made a beat yesterday sampling Rihanna's SOS and make it a drill beat. You know what I'm saying? Shit crazy out here.
And they all sound the same. And like I know they're supposed to. I get it. I know that's the point of the sound is for it to sound like that. Yeah. I'm not fighting that. But it's like, damn, nobody want to try to something a little different. Like
the funny thing is the only thing that makes shit different now is there's still drill out there, but it's like drill with snaps, and it just feels like fast snap music. You know, you seen it again sturdy, so just it's kind of shit like that, just with snaps, and they kind of taking the Jersey club and adding to it, so. There's going to be, I don't know how long that wave's going to last because I see some people doing it now, but I feel like it's only going to get bigger, with artists like Too Rare, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's only going to get bigger. So, you might end up hearing that too. So, you're going to see niggas doing extra sturdy shit like the video we just saw. We saw a nigga going hard.
Way too hard.
Going hard. Like, knees going to be hurting after that. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, you got to stay sturdy, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't got no beef with niggas that are getting sturdy.
For sure. But, yeah, Jeezy and Coach K. They had a long-standing feud. For those that don't know, because Bloodbath did not know that they had a problem in the first place. I could believe they had a problem because in the beginning, I'm aware that Coach K was managing Jeezy, and he was managing Jeezy first, but he ended up managing Gucci later on in his career. I think it happened kind of around the time they started beefing. So you can imagine it's like, nigga, if I'm coming from the mud with you, like literally, because like Coach K was like, yo, I'll vouch that Jeezy had $1 million before he ever signed a deal. Like I'll vouch for like, and it was not like before. No, I think like before he even started doing music. Like niggas always try to claim that they something, but Jeezy was really like that. Like at least really had money. You know what I'm saying? Street money for real. So you can imagine that the ties would be severed if you are managing the one nigga that I'm beefing with in this whole industry, you know what I'm saying, and how ill that beef was, which we know. So I guess they had their own thing, and they decided to squash and bury the hatchet on January 27th, so last Friday at the Atlanta Symphony Hall. So I'm glad to see that.
It's good.
Black men with money, you know what I'm saying, getting their piece on, you know what I'm saying. I'm always gonna feel like, yeah, you feel me. Next, we can go to Janae Aiko. The latest sales feat put her in an exclusive club with Beyonce, Rihanna, and more. So she has joined the ranks of these women moguls because she has gotten her 20th gold certified single in the United States. She has nabbed that this week on the 25th.
Wow.
Her single Above and Beyond off her third album, Chilumbo, was certified gold. It has sold over 500,000 copies. And that's no small feat because sales are kind of weird these days with the streams and everything. So, and with niggas don't even sell like hard copies no more. So, you know, niggas got to do crazy numbers with the streams. And Janae Aiko is one of them people like, if you listen to R&B, you know the vibes, but we won't say that she's a mainstream artist or like she's like somebody prompted. Like we may not even see her on TikTok like that. You know what I'm saying? She really be to herself, chilling. When she feels like dropping albums, she gonna drop the album. The people gonna vibe. It's gonna be great. We're gonna get some Big Sean features up in there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to what was her name? 2088.
Mama. Yeah. Yeah.
That was the one that deserved Mama.
Cause you know she just had that she had her kid too.
She did.
She did. So you know it made sense.
Yeah. And her and Big Sean did do a duet of one of their songs for the baby.
Yeah.
So you know
I really do like now that they are officially back together and say happy couple. When we gonna get some more 2088?
I wouldn't mind because
I love that first project.
That they make good music together. You know what I'm saying? They actually do make good music. And this is coming from a nigga that usually tends to like, I like my rappers to just stay rapping. Not saying he sings on the shit, but of course with him on the joint with his wife, I don't know if it's his wife, but his girl, baby mother, lover,
Mama.
Wait.
Continue, nigga. Keep it together, nigga. Keep it together, nigga.
I was gonna say on the track with his baby.
Mama.
But yeah. Usually, like they be coming with it. I ain't gonna lie, I forgot the name of that joint. I just remember there was a joint they did where they was on a game show and it was kind of like not airing out each other. I'm sure it wasn't
I know that's what you're talking about.
That was a good ass record. I fucked with that.
It was almost like We Cry Together before We Cry Together.
Talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, I've listened to the Kendrick album, and I don't get why everybody loves We Cry Together. I don't, but I know a lot of other people act like it's the best song they've ever heard. And like,
the problem is everybody's toxic and they relate to it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their moments of being toxic. I ain't even gotta talk about personally, but I feel like you know. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has their moments of toxicity. It just happens, I guess. But yeah,
that doesn't mean it's a great song. That's what I'd be confused about.
Well, it's well made. I think it's one.
It is well made, and it does capture that feeling. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that it's like, oh, this is a great song. No, like sonically, this is a great song. Like that's where I draw the line with it.
I think it was just done well, and I think that's why people fucks with it. Because even the female in the song or the woman, I have to, some people some people don't like the word female these days, trying to be respectful of everybody. But the lady on the song isn't even a rapper. She's an actress.
She does act.
You know what I'm saying? So she just nailed her part really well and whatnot. But I think it's just one of the things like Fruitvale Station. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's really just to my knowledge, it's just a movie of a nigga that was killed by police, but it was just done well enough and accurate enough that like it's art. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. I can't even play that song around my wife because she be getting triggered. You know what I'm saying? So it was done well. It's either going to trigger you or you're gonna be like, nah, this is it. Everybody loves toxicity. Ask Blueface and Krishan.
Blueface, baby.
I ain't gonna lie. One thing I will say, I did like that ad lib.
He did have a good ad lib.
Because that shit worked.
It worked. Every context that shit worked.
But yeah, so now we can get into. I'm gonna hand it to you.
All right, so I'm gonna cover the serious news. So I feel like we talked about before the game when he lost the lawsuit against the woman who was suing him for the sexual assault. I'm fairly confident we talked about that. So she was awarded in the judgment $7.1 million, right? She was supposed to get the money from the game. Now her issue is she's suing the game's label. And the reason she's suing the label is because she hasn't been paid the money yet.
Okay.
And yeah, so like, it's not that she just trying to come at niggas for more money. She's coming at him for the money she already won, but she just hasn't received it yet.
Yeah.
As of right now, she's only received $303,502.39.
That's terrible and that's pitiful. We gotta do better.
That's nowhere near the 7.1 million.
7 M's, my nigga. I need all that.
So now she's coming at his label because she's just like, look, I'm trying to get the money I'm owed. Like, I was awarded this money in court. So now she's saying that hopefully that Universal will help her get the money. So that's what she's going through right now. And this is all because when she won the suit years ago, back in, what was it, 2019, the Game said, I'm not paying her. But like the court, when she won, the court said there's any and all rights, title, and interest of defendant she can get it from commission, royalties, contract receivables, deferred compensation, income, wages, payroll, salary, and accounts receivable. He has the right to come at anything that makes him money, basically.
I'm sorry, them niggas said, how do you own it? How do you feel?
Them niggas is like, look, he owes you this money. You can come at this nigga in any way possible to get your bread. That's what they told her. So now that it's not happening, she like, all right, this nigga playing with me. Let me go after his label. Yeah, no. So now here's my I'm confused about, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not mad at her because, like, look, the nigga assaulted her. She won the case.
For sure.
So did she only make this 300? Let's say 400,000. Round it up. Mm-hmm. Did she only make this 400,000 from streams? And if that's the case,
I don't know.
Stream numbers are shit.
Yeah.
Which rappers all artists have been saying for years now.
Yeah.
That's like seeing the number like this is like, I don't know how Game gets money, right? I'm not in that nigga's pockets. Clearly, neither is she if she's not getting the money that she's owed.
Yeah.
So just like, where is the almost 400,000 coming from? And I'm assuming it's mostly from streams.
I would ask if she got that money and it was coming from like what? Oh wait, no. Yeah, it's from royalties. However, it appears Rainey is having trouble collecting the debt. Mm-hmm. The rapper claims she only accrued that much money from his royalties. So, is that like royalties just for the year? Is that like his royalties total? Like, is that like, because if she just waits, will she get eventually the 7 million? Or close to it or something?
Nah, ain't nobody doing all that. Because if she only made 400,000 now, that's not even half a million, and she's owed 7 of them.
Yeah.
So then they're talking about years from now. Like, she not finna wait no 8-9 years. Nah, bro, ain't nobody doing that.
Who's to say Game will still stream if he out here getting sexual assault cases, especially?
Yeah.
That don't really make your streams go up unless you're R. Kelly. A lot of you niggas still listen to R. Kelly, nasty niggas.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I digress. I don't know, cause I do find it weird, and this is probably because I don't know the law, or I just don't be knowing shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's kind of weird too that even though she was awarded this, it's like they can't just be like, yo, Game do this percentage, label do this, like just get her the money because she's owed it.
It's because
she gotta find an avenue to do it, which it seems like everything has to be accrued, like everything has to be gathered instead of just being like, yo, run through your assets, get her this money, you have a deadline to do it, type shit.
Well, the Game has been defiant the entire time and said he's not giving her a dime. So like, he's probably making it as difficult as possible to make sure to get this money to her. So that's why she ain't even coming to him directly. She's going straight to his label because she know going through him is going to be a whole process.
This might be a dumb question, but I'm still gonna ask. If you get sued and you lose and it's for some money and you just refuse to pay, can't they just throw you in jail?
I don't think they can throw you in jail, but it's just that you just have a massive debt that you're legally supposed to pay. But niggas be dodging them for years. Like, niggas dodge debts like that for years. So like, it's not. I don't think there's any legal like throw you in jail type of situation. It's not like child support. It's not that type of situation.
Okay.
Niggas just have to be like, all right, bro. Like, I can't keep suing you because clearly you can't afford it.
Yeah. And I feel like, I don't know if Game got that. Not saying I'm sure he got it.
Yeah, we're not calling a nigga broke, but I don't know if Game in 2023
like that's
has tens of millions just sitting around.
And even then, like, not because he's wrong. He did what he did. The court ruled how it ruled, so I'm not making excuses for him.
Yeah.
But nigga, if I was the Game, I worked my whole career to I got lavish things, all that cool, you know what I'm saying? And he's even worked to a place where, Whack 100 be saying that, like, he'll work one half of the year and then the other half of the year he chills because he spends time with his kids. Not mad at that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Not mad at that at all. And he's at a place where he can do that because a lot of niggas can't do that.
Nope.
Blueface can't do that.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? They got to work all year.
Yeah.
So that was perfect. But like a nigga might have maybe 10 million. No.
That's what you say? 1000?
No. You might have 10 million liquid.
Yeah.
And if you had 10 million liquid, which means that's you worked your whole life for that basically. 10 million liquid. Not that you made 10 million this year, but if you had 10 million liquid and you have to give up 7 of that, that's yeah, you might be like, I ain't paying shit. You might feel like that.
I'm not even questioning why he's angry about having to pay the money. I'd be upset about having to pay anybody over anything. Yeah. $7 million. I'm not tripping about that. I'm just like, all right, bro. Shit. She only made almost $400K off you already.
I was say shit. Pharrell's one of the nicest, well, to my knowledge, one of the nicest people ever in the music industry, and I'm pretty sure he was pretty pissed when the Blurred Lines lawsuit happened and he had to pay some. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he had it, but that wasn't no small change.
But we also don't know if he paid them yet, because niggas lose lawsuits all the time, and then like you can ask like the plaintiffs, they be like, yeah, I still ain't made no money from winning that lawsuit. Like this happens a lot where niggas win lawsuits and are owed money, and it takes years before they start making any of the money back.
That's kind of crazy to me. But yeah, I don't know. As far as the game, I would have to like, cause is she only able to choose one avenue, or she could just?
You want me to repeat back to you all the ways that she can get this nigga's money?
But I mean, does she only have to choose one, or she could be like, nah, I want the royalties,
any and all.
Fans. Don't go to another label, nigga. I want that too.
You want to
sign a G-Unit again? Yeah. I want that too. Oh, you about to do a reunion concert? I want that too. Oh, you got a new feature with Chris Brown? Nigga, I'm taking Chris Brown's feature money. I'm on the track too. You know what I'm saying? I produced it.
Yeah.
So fuck, nigga.
Yeah. She's allowed to collect the end music royalties until the 7.1 million post-judgment interest is paid off. The court said any and all rights, titles, and interests of the defendant being the game from the following companies in the form of commissions, royalties, contract receivables, deferred compensation, income, wages, payroll, salary, and accounts receivable. Any way this nigga possibly makes money.
Okay, so it does sound like
can come to her.
So it does sound like you were correct. He probably just making it incredibly difficult to do.
Yes, he's going out his way to probably keep documents away from her, or like not let her know how much he makes. That's why the only money she's made is from royalties, as you already said.
Now probably any concerts are under the table as fuck now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so like he probably be
promoters on concert no more.
Exactly, he probably just does club appearances and pop up shows like that. Deals directly with them, gets paid in cash, and then leaves. So it's he probably does shit like that to avoid anything on the books for her.
Shit like that. I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate because I mean, like, wow, that's fucked up. We're going to be touching people inappropriately, and I'm sorry, but when you do shit like that, you got to pay the price. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay what you owe. But I also can understand whether nigga wrong or right. A big amount like that is not no small check. You know what I'm saying? So,
it's not. But realistically, right? How long do you think it's going to take him to make that? Because once he makes it, she's off his payroll. Like, he don't got to pay for the rest of his life. He just got to pay that, and then, like, that's it.
I just can't even imagine a place where the nigga would even, like, get on the move to do that. Because that niggas got pride. And Game is definitely a prideful ass nigga. Actually, niggas he's beef with. So, like, a nigga wouldn't just be like, you know what? All right, for the next 3 years, I'm just going to work the whole year round just to pay another chick $7 million. Like, that's gonna be crazy. You gonna feel mad every time you make $1. You gonna be pissed to work.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he already got kids, so the nigga's already paying child support. So now he got child support, and then he got like basically a huge bill outside of child support.
This nigga going tithe to this chick.
Yeah,
that's gotta be a bugged out thing to go through. But I think that's also why niggas should keep their hands to themselves when it comes to these women.
I agree.
Stop being such horn dogs, my nigga. Like, because whether she's money hungry or not is like no longer relevant because you are guilty of this thing with her. and as you are the game, there's plenty of women that would be like, yes, sexually assault me or touch me. You know what I'm saying? Tease me. You know what I'm saying? I'll give it to you just how you like it, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's plenty. No, okay, but there's plenty of women still, even now, that would love to give it the game. So you don't have to be out here touching somebody that doesn't want you to touch them.
It's not about if he has to do these things. He wanted to. So he wanted to do the most. Now he got to pay the most.
And now he wanted to be 7 million lighter in the pockets. Congratulations, you played yourself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, there's nothing else I can say. It's why niggas like me who never had no hoes, I'm like, I'm out here, I'm married. Because I got nothing. I barely got anything to lose, and I still feel like I can't lose nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Hoes overrated, bro.
For real. I don't even like. I be scared of niggas that be having side chicks. I'm just like, yo, the one day you don't fulfill your shit, she can just catch an attitude and destroy your whole shit.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too rocky of a situation. Like, I don't understand how you trust somebody like that. Like, y'all niggas really be having kilos and just letting the side chick know where it's at. Like, she don't know the number to 911 the second you piss her off. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's crazy. But yeah, that's, you know, shout out to the lady, you know what I'm saying? I pray she gets her monies, and you know,
she came at that nigga like Riley coming at Santa.
You gonna pay what you owe. Dear Game, aka Chuck Taylor, use a bitch ass nigga. You gonna pay what you owe. P.S. The documentary sucked anyway. You need 50 to write more records for you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. G-Unit. Also, another thing I randomly thought about is that Stop Snitching Stop Lying DVD when I played it for you, and how he vocally and flagrantly just like so much. Yo, it really made me realize back in the day, hip hop was so low key gay, because we really would just be so comfortable with like, fuck them niggas, they can suck a dick, and then bruh. I'll see, and I shouldn't
go into extreme detail about the sex acts men could do.
Thinking they dissing somebody.
I'm like, dog, you think that's insult to him? Like, you with this wild imagination,
bruh. And I'm glad. That's one of the few things that has made this pause generation necessary, because I even seen unfortunately an interview with Blueface and Krishan. Right, it was the latest one where she's wilding out. And one of the things on there, he was mentioning like, yeah, because niggas like academics, they'll suck my dick until this shit nut.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden want to turn around and be like, I don't know if he should do that. And I'm just like, so nobody wanted to pause him when he had like, you didn't have to go forth with like, it was cool enough when you said, yeah, niggas, academics will suck my. It was the fact that, for one thing, he decided to name academics specifically, and then said academics will suck my dick. Like, the soundbite of that is crazy. But academics will suck my dick until the shit nut. I'm just like, that's a lot. That's a lot for me. That's a lot. Too much white shit. So yeah, y'all niggas gotta stop with the sucking dick shit, especially New York niggas, because y'all niggas be the first one, suck my dick. Like, y'all say it so aggressively and then like repeat it like multiple times.
Like, again, being Southern, I didn't realize that was like a life-threatening insult to New York niggas. Because in the South, we don't really say that. So like, even if a nigga in the South did say, "Man, suck my dick," it's not a "I'll stab you" type of statement. It's just like, all right, this nigga playing with me. Only up north is that worth dying over. Because
niggas got pride, so niggas usually trying. They call it throwing the freak stand.
Yeah, like we don't kill niggas over that in the South. Yeah, that's not a killable offense.
It's ridiculous. I mean, no sense. And it, bro, nigga, I remember when Game was freshly beefing with G-Unit, he used to make it a chant. He would have "This is how we do" playing in the background while saying, G-Unit can suck my dick, Lloyd Banks can suck my dick, 50 Cent can suck. It would be a whole nother song. Like, it would be a whole chant. The whole thing would just be suck my dick. Like, what would a nigga do if a nigga did that shit like these days? Like, would a nigga be dancing? Would a nigga just be like, suck my dick? The ops can suck my dick. That nigga can suck my dick. Like,
everybody will all be confused together. Like, why do you want this to happen?
I think that might be one of the few insults I've never told another nigga because it don't seem necessary for me.
I don't get it.
If I'm ever mad enough a nigga to tell him to suck my dick, I should have just swung already. Like, keeping it real. Body slammed him, whatever. It should have been physical already. I'm not gonna tell you to suck my dick because you know what's funny? What am I doing when you be like, okay? And that's whether you're homosexual or you just are Mike Tyson. Like, what am I gonna do? Because there's no retort for that.
Yeah, just stop because it's a lose here.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. Even if somebody that's like fake tough, if I say something, my dick, nigga goes Mike Tyson is like, nigga, all right, nigga, I'm gonna fuck you till you love me.
Mike Tyson used to get away with so many wild statements.
You can get, see, that's what I'm saying. I remember when you were like, I don't like when niggas be like, my body different, niggas know my body. You can get away with a lot of shit when you tough. I remember when Pop Smoke, rest in peace, when he was first out here, and you and the nigga from Walmart, you know what I'm saying, try to clown on me because I love Pop Smoke, and that nigga was doing wild dance moves and whatnot. But
I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating.
It was weird to see a man that built physique doing moves like this.
Like he was doing moves like like GTA scripper moves, dog.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not exaggerating.
Yes,
I'm really not.
Yes.
Well, Quan was like, nah, bro, you don't understand, Kev. This is gangster now. This is the tough shit. If you ain't hard, you ain't doing GTA scripper moves. You gotta sway your hips to let the ops know that you really bout that. And I'm like, bruh, I'm not saying the nigga's not gangster. All I'm saying is I ain't used to this shit. You
get away with a lot of shit when
not how Southern niggas get down. When you let niggas know they gangster.
When you tough,
we don't start tooting our ass up. No,
when you tough, you can get away with a lot of shit, bro.
That's all.
Like now, these days, niggas is twirling. Niggas is doing. You saw the nigga doing sturdy.
Nah,
niggas doing all kind of ballet dances. Niggas bunny hopping. Niggas literally have a thing like. K-Flock niggas, their ops bunny hop. So literally niggas in the track be like, catch a shot if you bunny hop. That's what they do.
And it's the same way with West Coast niggas. Like,
yeah,
like certain sets do certain dances. So niggas know if you dance like that, he clearly a op. Like,
yeah,
that's the same.
And
thing.
None of these dances are masculine at all.
And then that's the issue here. That's the difference between the West Coast gangsters and up north gangsters. And is the same.
Yeah, because West Coast niggas is still tough.
All their dances is just some footwork type shit, or it's still masculine in some
even
sense.
Blueface's shit was kind of high. It was just
it's still masculine in some sense. It's something about how when that shit transferred to the East Coast, they decided the only way niggas gonna know our set is we gotta rock our hips. We the hip rockers.
What makes it worse too is like yo niggas be with their gang and then like they made like it may be one nigga in the circle and then another nigga comes out and they start making eye contact so nigga be like this. Like
to me it's different, right? It's like it's very different. It's almost shocking the way niggas will be doing that and still have the nerve to be homophobic and stuff.
It's crazy.
Like nigga, this looks like a ballroom scene. Like everybody knows gay niggas like ballroom. Yeah. That's where they be voguing and shit. It looks like some Vogue shit.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Respectfully to an outside nigga, this looks like niggas is voguing. Yeah. This a little more aggressively. So then when niggas like, nah, bro, I shoot you about this. About voguing, nigga? What?
Bro,
I'm confused.
Niggas was even on Bobby Schmurderhead when he first came out of jail because he was doing a hoochie daddy dance and he kept on doing like, the beach. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Especially Whack 100, niggas was in the clubhouse all the time trying to talk about, yo, this nigga be bugging, this nigga dancing too much, da-da-da. But hey,
and like,
you do what you want when you tough.
Niggas dancing, having fun. It's just I'm not used to these new age gangster dances.
The shit look crazy. But like I said before, you do what you want when you tough.
Well, we're like, man, everything that these young niggas do is just weird.
I'm definitely old, and you was on the tail end of being old because at least
you're older than me.
Yeah, and I'm definitely behind on shit, and I'm actually like in it. Like I'm into music, so when I'm behind on music and that's what I do, then I'm old. Especially you had like maybe one thing because you kind of generally don't have an interest in the shit
at all,
but you would be on time with Twitter stuff, which I feel like not lately, but lately you've kind of like fell back from a little bit.
It's true.
Like you're not really on time like you used to be.
Nope.
But it's because you got other shit going on. Niggas niggas don't care no more, honestly.
I do not.
It's too much shenanigans going on.
The only reason I really kept up to date with all the Twitter and whatnot is because of my job at the studio. Keeping old niggas up to date.
Yeah.
Once I leave, I'm probably gonna be a lot less active on social media.
Yeah, especially if you don't follow a podcast that just talks about shit. That's really how I used to catch on to shit. That's why I would be late, because I probably watch the Joe Budden podcast and they may talk about some shit. Because I'm not gonna do the research myself unless like it just shows up on my IG feed or my search. But
a lot of niggas are like you.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna do all that. I got other shit going on. I'm not about to search for it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times the shit either be super stupid or it be tragic. So like I don't want to look for it nowhere. I'd rather just laugh at funny shit. You know what I'm saying? First I'm gonna stack some votes. Then I'm gonna stack some more. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So
that's gonna do it shenanigans this week.
Yeah, that will cover all the news topics we got. You know what I'm saying? And just for the hell of it, shout out to SZA. You know what I'm saying?
Great album.
Very great album. I just feel like saying that. You know what I'm saying?
Now we're gonna get into this week's battle.
I'm gonna say this one last thing. Sorry to interrupt. One last thing. Jim Jones crowns Drake as 5th member of Dipset. That's all I want to say.
I saw that shit, and then I saw niggas was like, bro, it's crazy how this nigga is 4PF, Dipset, Wu-Tang.
That nigga is so many.
This nigga is in every rap clique. Like, I don't get it.
I ain't gonna lie though, that might be the superpower of being Canadian. When you are not from here, you are allowed to be in everything.
This nigga probably death row somehow.
He's from Memphis. He's from Atlanta. He's from New York. He's from the West Coast. When YG want to drop out,
he's from the UK somehow.
He's from the UK. You know what I'm saying? And he's from Jamaica, nigga. Like he from everywhere, my nigga.
Nah, bro, anybody going for that shit.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I will say I would just be excited if they do a track with him. I would like that because I ain't gonna lie. I was very excited.
Well, he might as well drop, especially with like
diplomatic immunity part 2. Got to do that.
I'm saying do a whole tape with him.
Probably a little EP.
Yeah, like just do a slight EP with him, like a nice like 8-song EP, and just like all of them in the studio vibing, making something. I'm fine with that.
Better yet,
it's very doable.
Better yet, perfect idea that he's not gonna hear. Do another Scary Hours EP because he loves doing those. I think he could do like he's probably on the 3rd one by now. So do a 4th one. And have the 4th one, you know what I'm saying, be with 4 members of Dipset, maybe put them on 2 of the tracks. Easy.
That's how it's going to be, yeah. There's not going to be a full...
Yeah, it ain't going to be a full thing.
It's the same with 21. It's a collab project. No.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, so it'll be like that, you know what I'm saying? Maybe one joint be more Dipset-ish, and then another one be bringing them into your world, and then the other 2 just be, you know, fire joints that you just decided to make.
Nah, it's going to be at least 3 singing songs on there.
Not on Scary Hours. He raps on Scary Hours.
Okay. I don't think I've listened to any of the other ones.
The softest record he has on the Scary Hours series is probably Lemon Pepper Freestyle.
I've never heard that song. I've never listened to any of these Scary Hours. I don't
know. I'm surprised you haven't. You probably know the beat.
Listen to Drake. I don't know why you're so confused.
See, I ain't gonna lie, Kev. This might be the one time I'm gonna have to call you out on some shit, bro. Because I know every time you shower because I hear music, and when I hear music, a Drake verse always slides through.
Drake's on a lot of songs. Those aren't Drake songs. Those are songs featuring Drake. I can't avoid.
Well, every song sounds like Drake featuring Drake. So when you playing Stay Scheming, you ain't gonna tell me that niggas is like, oh yeah, Rick Ross went off on this one, or French Montana went off on this one.
Drake had a good verse on that song.
Yeah,
but that's not Drake's song.
So it's like, but he made it his song.
Saying that I don't listen to Drake doesn't mean I don't listen to any songs that don't have Drake on them, because I can't listen to shit at that point. Like, what can we listen to? He's on everything. I'm not going to be one of these hip hop snobs who are that's it. I'm only going to listen to Nas for the rest of my life. Like, I'm not no old head nigga, bro. I'm still outside, so I'm not going to avoid music because Drake is living. I'm not going to do all that shit, dog.
Well, that should be damn sure popping up on your feed, son. Your Pandora, whatever, your Spotify needs to get the message. Your Apple Music needs to get the drift that you don't listen to Drake, because I laugh internally every time. Because that's how I know you in the shower, because you can't even skip the song.
Skip a damn thing.
Pause. You're wet at that point, so like you can't even. Like, you gotta just let it play. So I be laughing. I'm like, oh, does he know it's got a Drake verse?
Nope. Something like, I don't always know what songs is coming on. Sometimes I just throw that shit on random, like just play something random. And usually it's songs. Oh yeah, I actually know this song. Oh, I know this song. I'm like, what? A Drake verse? How do we get here?
It happens every single time. It's the funniest shit to me. It'll be like the 3rd or 4th song too. It'll wait until you're nice and comfortable.
Yeah, dog.
You let your guard down, and all of a sudden, yeah, it's the boy. Drizzy.
All the fucking time.
But yeah.
Anyway,
we'll get to this battle right here. The greatest battle ever. Okay? Totally unbiased. You know what I'm saying? Very fair square up, 1-on-1 between the legends, Ty Knots and Head Ice. This would definitely be if I definitely had one of those NPCs, I'd definitely be like, Mr. Flex Knight. You know what I'm saying? We out here, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Head Ice versus Ty Knots. Very early in the Lions Den days, very early in the Head Ice days. This is when this might be probably the second battle I saw with Head Ice. And I was so just blown away by this man because when I tell you like the universal love that this nigga came in the game with, like most niggas, they have to have one good showing or, you know, one good slaughter, and then they'll be like, niggas will fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Matt had to punch a nigga, niggas fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Head Ice, he just came in. I said, yo, nigga, if niggas ever wonder who I model my battle rap style after, it's after Head Ice. You know what I'm saying? Check out our battles, you know what I'm saying, to see what I'm talking about. But I literally model my shit after Head Ice because he just, and it always threw me off because back in the day, niggas forget that like during that time, niggas kind of rap more like K-Shine in the Lions Den, where niggas would just be running through this shit and you may catch a bar, you may miss it. But niggas would be like, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, he would be like, I used to ball till the hoop became short to me. Never supported me, so I looked at it awkwardly. Fortunately for me, offers with offers, see? But I ain't take that. Told him I hung up my sneaks. I can run the whole shit. I know this. I know majority of his bars from that shit, my nigga.
That's unfortunate. I would just like to say this is one of the most
best
ridiculous battles I've ever seen in my entire life. And this is coming from a nigga who has, I've seen parodies that were not this ridiculous. Dog, Super Hot Fire seemed way more plausible after you watch this bullshit.
I'm about to say now you know where niggas getting their sauce from. Like that's why this shit looked that crazy. Or even was it Chocolate Drop versus T-Pain? Like that's where this shit came from. Because like niggas, thought Murder Mook had gas?
And like I've seen corner battles before, and niggas don't act like this. Like niggas don't act like this on the corner. They only act like this inside of this little baby ass room, and that's what annoys me, y'all. All right. So Quan was just talking about the way that niggas talk about eating dick. I ain't never seen dick riding like this in my life, bruh. This nigga, he didn't say shit, Quan.
I said, yo, yeah,
like nigga. Niggas was erupting inside the room, outside the room. Niggas was down the street feeling the vibe. Like it didn't make sense.
He was a legend before he said a bar, my nigga.
He didn't say anything yet, and the room was already on edge.
And me watching it as a kid, I was like, he got to be the realest gangster rapper ever, because that's the only thing. Like, okay, I'll put it like this, because I remember I even talked to Shaq about this. When Pop Smoke was still brand new, when he literally had one song out, like before I even really was getting put on, he had one song out, one video, and he did an interview on the block, and all his niggas just around him, surrounding him, showing love, and literally giving him the respect of like why he has that bop. He was like that before the money came through. That's why niggas really respected him. That's why niggas be like, yo, he really didn't seem like he was only 20 or 19 because his body was different. Pause. I know we laugh about that, but he was really one of them niggas that really had a different vibe. And when I'm telling you, he had one song out, the song probably just hit 1 million views. Niggas can't dick ride yet, because you ain't made it yet. And plus, you from the same area as Bobby Shmurda. Niggas have seen niggas blow before. Niggas wouldn't be on your nuts like that. So I was like, yo, this nigga gotta be really like that in the streets, that niggas really fuck with him. Because I don't know, niggas be really comfortable with niggas in the streets. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I saw an interview with Pop Smoke, and niggas, shout out to Mr. Swipey. Nigga was around Fabio Foreign before Fabio was Fabio of today. Niggas was had his head like this. Like, Fabio's head is right here. Like, niggas be real comfortable with each other and affectionate when they in the streets. Mm-hmm. But, like, niggas was just showing him love and just, like, letting him, like, talk and just laughing at all his jokes and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, it really need to believe nigga must have really been who he was before the money and before the fame.
I saw a tweet the other day where niggas is like, they said, niggas always act funny when the hoes come around, but it's even more different when a rapper come around.
Yes. Oh, I saw that shit too. And niggas talk about it too, because shout out to Mav. Niggas even asked French Montana, he was like, yo, what's the wildest thing you ever seen a male groupie do? Oh no, a wildest groupie encounter. He was talking about a time where like niggas, him and Max B was pouring, I guess, drinks in chicks' mouths, driving a boat before it was called that, right? Of course, the chicks gonna be out there having their mouth wide open. Nigga said nigga came through, bum rushed the chick out the way, and put his mouth open, just like that, bro. Like that shit crazy. Yo, what made it even worse? He said he bum rushed a chick and then looked at them for a good like 20 seconds, not saying nothing. And French was like, yo, me and Max look at each other like, we about to steal off of this nigga? Like, we about to jump this nigga? We about to. All right. And then nigga just looked at them and was like, ah. Just like, yo, niggas is wildin'. I gotta watch that French Montana interview. I think it just came out today or yesterday. I'm definitely gonna watch that. But yeah, niggas be wildin', bro. But yeah, back to the gas on Head Ice. That's what kind of made me really like, because I was just like, and mind you, this is also around the time where like when he has 2 battles out and niggas like Loaded Lux, who's already a legend in that at that point, he's like, yo, this is kind of the nigga that I like learned from. Like I got my style a little bit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he kind of taught me how to rap. And I was like, yo, who is this nigga, bro? Yo, Smack, who is this nigga? This nigga's a legend before he even came on camera. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Almost on some Cassidy shit, you know what I'm saying? Without the delusion.
So, no, there's still clearly some delusion here.
There is delusion, but niggas fucked with him. Because Cassidy had delusion, but he couldn't keep it. Head Ice would have the delusion, and he was like a wrestler, my nigga. Like, it was full on WWE. Like, the nigga would say, I said, yo. Like, tell me that ain't The Rock. Like, the nigga would just be basking in the glory of he just said, I said, yo. And niggas be like, yeah. Like, I never seen no shit like that ever in life. It blew me away, bro.
It made no sense. And yeah, I'm not gonna act like he didn't have the room. He had the room. It's hard to deny that. Anything and I'm not no straight up just hating ass nigga. Clearly the streets loved him, right? Clearly. That was obvious from the outset. Especially seeing niggas who are like modern day like legends in battle rap. You got Goods, you had Mook standing right there. You had Lux hosting. Yeah. You had Arsenal in there before he was Arsenal.
For sure.
You had Math in there, fresh off stealing on niggas. You know what I'm saying? Sure. You had a room full of hitters, and one who actually hits. Yeah. So it's like clearly this nigga gotta have love in the streets, like you saying.
Yeah. All them fucked with. I was just like, yo, like who is this nigga? I was just blown away. All the niggas I fucked with are treating. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was from that moment on, I'm seeing him in battles, I'm seeing him in ciphers with niggas, and I'm just like, yo, these are the niggas. And
so how long did it take until you realized his rapping wasn't that good?
It really wasn't until, like, maybe King of the Dot days.
So
I fucked with him for a good minute.
So, like, I understand why you fell into this trap. Yeah. Because it was set up in a way where everybody made it seem like it was cool. Yeah. So then when you like, all right, if they think he cool and I think they're cool, by proxy, he has to be cool too. And so you was like, oh yeah, I fuck with him. He cool.
And then sound like an Anthony Hamilton joke. If I'm cool and we're cool. If I'm cool and you're cool, then we're cool.
Nah, it's worse than that. So I know you probably just let him live off that for a long time. Like, nah, bro, that's Head Ice. You know what I'm saying? Like that's T.I. Like it was one of those situations like all right, cool. He cool, bro. And then I know slowly but surely you got to the point where I'm at where it's you respect the nigga's position.
Yeah.
But you know them bars ain't up to par.
It's because at first I feel like the bars were straight. And I feel like it's one of them things where like when niggas say shit and then niggas react, it makes the shit hit harder. It kind of was like how I understand this. This is kind of getting separate, but like how when I was watching the Math Hoffa episode, I just gotta call it my expert opinion. I don't know why I keep on Math Hop episode. Shout out to my expert opinion. But I guess I forgot who he had on there, but he was just talking about like, all right, so who's whack? And you know when that conversation happens, niggas get scared to mention niggas because the camera's on.
Mm-hmm.
But while everybody was mentioning niggas, Math asked, is Pusha T whack? And niggas was like, Pusha T? What? Pusha T? Wait, you don't like Pusha? Even Grab had to bring it back up. He's like, wait. So you don't like Pusha T? He's like, I just think he's overrated. And I kind of understand that. Like,
I agree with that.
Niggas do pump up Pusha T crazy. While he gets busy, his shit's fire for sure.
Yeah, he's never been a whack rapper.
But he just like, I feel like because he puts emphasis on his shit, it almost fools you into thinking that he's saying something harder than what it is. Like his lead single to his last joint, Diet Coke. If you really break down the bars, it's cool. It's every bit of cool. You know what I'm saying? It's good. But is it Kanye dancing in the background of the video good? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen.
We're on the same. I've never been a big Pusha T guy. So
yeah, and I was at one point because I was like, yo, just the way he positions his bars, it makes it. But I think that's the kind of the gas in it. The way he pushed, because he'll also never outflow you. He'll just say his shit and space it. That is like, it feels like he means what he says. You know what I'm saying? There's conviction in it. That's what I'm looking for. There's conviction in it. So it sounds like realer than rap. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. But that's kind of how I feel about Head Ice. But then there did become some battles where he would still have that, but there was no bars to back it up. Like,
so you're saying he has really good delivery?
Really good delivery.
Okay.
There was a battle he did with T-Rex that was ass.
Of course it was ass. T-Rex, hey, look, you know, me and you are very vocal about T-Rex has made a career off being average as hell.
Yeah, but then even like on Head Ice's side, like nobody, like I think it was one time. Shout out to Goods, because Goods is always never afraid to be real. He was kind of even doing a part of like, yo, what niggas overrated or what shit is whack. And he had talked about a battle. It was almost a small room before the small room. It was Head Ice versus T-Rex, and they even played clips of it. And niggas was saying their bars, and that room was silent as shit because none of these bars was hitting at all. And I was like, oh, I didn't know he could be whack. And then it was like after that, I'll still be surprised to this day. I was like, wait, he's on King of the Dot, and like niggas get it? That's not his audience. His street is almost like his shit is over your head if you ain't street type shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or if you ain't a New Yorker, because I feel like he also has that vibe, which is why niggas like him so much.
Very much so.
He's never been loved to that degree once he actually stepped out of New York.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the highest thing he had was when he battled Cortez when they had the exclusive Lions Den event, and then after that, we were starting to see chinks in his armor. You know what I'm saying? He still be fired from time to time for sure.
And I'm not saying the nigga can't put on a bad. Like, I mean, I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm not saying he can't put on a good show. Because, like, I've told you when he beat Av, I said to me, like, yeah, he beat Av. He did. I
will even admit that was very good for him because he hasn't been that good in a minute.
Nope.
That might have been the best he ever was.
And then after that, what happened? He battled A-Verb, and there was shit. Yeah, that was shit from both sides.
That shit was butt cheeks. You know what I'm saying? And I even gave him credit, too, because I was like, he kind of influenced everybody else to kind of slow their shit down too. Because I almost thought him and Goods, I didn't know who originated stuff because Goods kind of was like slowed down too. And then they battled each other. And even then, it was like, I hear Goods talk about it because Goods talked about it on a Queen's Flip podcast. And he was like, because niggas trying to make fun of him. He was like, that's why Head Ice had you looking scary, bitched you up and when you battled him. He was like, listen. He was like, listen, all right, we was there. You know what I'm saying? It was his barbershop. You know what I'm saying? We only had one gun, but I ain't pussy neither. You know what I'm saying? It was like funny. So I was like, yo, Head Ice really got that street lore. Like what he speaks about in the streets, he's really that.
No, I'm assuming he's beloved in the streets the way that he casually was touching this nigga tie dots in the battle and nothing happened. Yeah. Not a single nudge, not a shoulder check, nothing to get this nigga to stop touching him. He just sat there and got sunned.
Yes,
and you only do shit like that with niggas you cool with. But clearly they wasn't cool because you could see in Ty Knot's eyes, his eye language said, I don't know this nigga. You could see it in his eyes, bruh.
That nigga. And what made it worse is like the first go round, Ty Knots wasn't ready for what he was about to go through.
No. And you could tell the only reason that battle happened is because Ty Knots said he was from Connecticut. So he was the only nigga dumb enough to battle Head Ice at this time, apparently, because obviously everybody in New York was afraid to battle him.
And this is the second battle.
This is only the second battle.
Because there's another battle that he did before this. And it was him versus a dude named J Dash. I forget where J Dash is from, but I think he was from Virginia. And J Dash wasn't bad. He just couldn't get. He was actually a pretty decent rapper, but he couldn't get past the gas. Because like once you get into like you'll say your shit, niggas will react. But then once this nigga has the room erupting off simple shit, what you gonna do, my nigga?
And I don't even think Ty Knots was that bad. I really don't think he was that bad.
Listening to him, he wasn't that good either.
No.
The first round was okay. I just feel like I feel like he probably was killing shit in his area. That's why he had the confidence. But like, he wasn't ready for a real challenge.
He wasn't ready for a battle. But also, we have a different sense of what a battle is because these niggas was just rapping throwaway verses, which is that's the way battles used to be. Yeah. I'm not taking points away for that. Yeah. But it's more so his throwaway verse felt more rehearsed, and I feel like the style of it, like Head Ice's throwaway verse, because it's slower and more spaced out, it feels more organic in the moment than the nigga who's clearly rapping a verse that he's rehearsed dozens and dozens and dozens of times.
And I'll tell you that's actually from a track, because like years after that, I saw a music video to that verse, and I remember it was still in the MySpace days. I was looking for that tape because I loved Head Ice at the time. I was like, the beats was fire on there. I was like, yo. So I was like, oh, okay. So he just really had the mastermind of slowing his shit down so niggas catch everything. But yeah, I think that, especially at the time, Ty Knots wasn't that bad. It's just the fact that, you know, I know we're kind of going all over the place with it, but like, Ty Knots is the fact that he quit that kind of fucked him up forever. Because I don't know if he ever battled again after that. I am surprised though.
And did he quit? He rapped 3 rounds.
Well, back then niggas used to go 5.
Yeah, okay.
Back then niggas used to go 5 rounds, especially in the Lions Den. You know what I'm saying? The problem is they would only put out like a few because they would put out the best ones. Because I realize that now, like even Arsenal versus Tech 9, I didn't realize that battle was as long as it was. I only thought it was like 1 or 2 or 3 rounds, but it's because those 3 were the best. They kind of put away the other 2 that were throwaways that wasn't, you know, all that great type shit. But yeah, like he had quit, and then I forget the name of the mans that came through. He was actually all right. I'm actually surprised he didn't rap more because, again, if it wasn't that much gas in the room, it probably would have been a little more even between him and him.
His round was actually pretty good.
His round was good, and it was good back then. We've already been through how we've listened to some shit that was classic then, and we like, why did we like this? Like,
don't know.
That's how niggas would be like, yo, it was ill back then. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It's much better now, bars wise, especially.
And like, bro, I've had niggas say recently to me, battle rap ain't what it used to be. These niggas ass now. And I always ask, bro, who are you listening to? Like, what battles are you watching? The skill level is way higher. Like, like niggas who were the GOATs back in the day are average to trash now.
Yeah.
And I don't think people are really listening to bars. Like, man, these bars is just whack. Who are you listening to? It's very few niggas who are top tier battle rappers who I say are whack. If you want to sit here and tell me, nah, bro, I was an Averb fan, I can't listen to you no more. Because Averb has been whack for a very long time.
For a very long time. Ever since he started growing his hair, I have not
Vegan Verb is garbage.
Yeah, I have not been impressed.
I don't get why niggas be acting like niggas used to be great. Because like I think some niggas they were just in a period where they was around niggas who happened to be whack, so it made them look better. Yeah. Because I was never a Suge fan. But Suge recently is a different Suge. It's not the same nigga.
And I was, even back then, I was surprised. I was like, how does this nigga keep on getting battles? Because he clearly be losing. He'll maybe have 1 or 2 good lines in this shit, but he'll go against a nigga that'll probably have like 5, 6, you know what I'm saying, or 7. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like.
Niggas be like, nah, bro, Rex used to kill niggas. No, he didn't.
I highly disagree. Like,
no, he didn't.
I don't think he used to beat niggas at all. I used to really be confused. That's why I was really confused when niggas be like, oh yeah, T-Rex is the one that showed Murder Mook how to rap. I was like, really? Really? Huh, really?
Yeah,
sure? Yeah, you know You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
So let me look at my notes here. All right, for round one for Ty, I said it was a decent round, but obviously it was a throwaway verse. Showed some flow variation. He did. He sped it up a little, flow some parts, slowed down the parts. I like stuff like that. I like niggas showing variation. Yeah, Head Ice.
He put some flavor to it.
My notes for round one.
I said, yo.
Didn't even speak yet, and it's already getting topped off.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wrote in my notes. Yeah. Didn't even speak yet, and it's already getting topped off. Like, clearly, the crowd is just there to suck his dick.
Yeah.
This shit feels like a skit. He's touching niggas and shit. That's all I wrote, bro. I wasn't gonna waste my time talking about his raps because it's not worth it. It's really not worth it.
Said, niggas come through here dumping. You my first shield. He's my first shield. That shit was crazy, right? It's like, I ain't calling you pussy or nothing. Ain't like you tried to push me or something. I'm just being me. Ice, nigga.
Really, round two, Ty Knots is really trying his best to stay in it. The room hates him. Very short round.
He was really trying.
Very short rounds from both sides.
He was trying, but you can't stop the rain.
Head Ice killed him off energy alone in the second. In round three for Ty, I wrote another short round. He's just trying to stay alive. Round three for Head Ice. Somebody literally said he took his hat off. Oh my God.
Yes, I heard. I never heard that part until I watched it recently.
You know what? All he did was
took the hat off.
All he did was take his hat off, and y'all niggas was out here fainting and shit. Like, what the fuck is this?
Bro, that shit
a real whatever ass round. Round four. I ain't even gonna talk about this.
Wait,
shit.
You didn't like the don't reach for the iron, B. Knuckles make you swallow tea. You bend over for the cough up. I push you in the iron sheet. You ain't like that?
Did he have one wrestling bar? And you know how much I love it? He's like, oh, Cam loves wrestling bars. He gonna think this is dope. Nobody give a fuck about no iron sheet bars, nigga.
Steamboat. Oh. Jimmy Fly Snooker. Your $1 million dreamer get Jake the Snake. This shit, man.
It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. I promise you it doesn't. I'm gonna let you know right now. He's just naming wrestlers. He doesn't mean anything.
I ain't gonna lie though. I was so hype up when he was like, step to the left and step to the right. You gonna need both those legs. You try to step to the right. That's the hardest line.
Nope.
I thought that was the hardest line ever, bro. I was like, he's killing this nigga.
So then in round four, he was gonna let Arsenal kill that nigga, but then he decided himself that he needed to rap one more decent verse and call it a day.
What got crazy is because he got offended. He was like, because his man did some sucky shit. He tried to throw his man in there. And then Murder was like, nah, that was me. And then the nigga was like, hold on. He just said, that was me to me. Is he crazy? I was like, what's wrong with him saying that's me? What's wrong with Murder saying
Apparently that was crazy.
Apparently that offended him. So he was like, you know what? My trigger finger itchy. That's why I keep that pistol like sandpaper. Ice. Bro, that shit was crazy, bro.
None of his shit made sense, Quan. None of it. And like, I know that you're a big fan of Head Ice. I'm not gonna waste my time trying to get you to not be a fan of him.
He's Earl.
I just
got him looking like roadkill. We doing like the old Death Row here.
I just want niggas to be honest and say he don't be talking about shit, bro. And I'm being so sincere when I say I understand his impact. I even kind of get the appeal. But if we finna sit here and talk about bars, they're non-existent. He don't be saying anything. And then niggas be like, oh no, you just don't get it. You're not screwed enough to get it. You're not from where we from. You don't understand how we talk up here. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm the problem. But if a nigga tries to break down his bars to me, and even they can't even find the good parts of it, I'm not the problem.
Stealing off, hell no, my nigga. It ain't a thing. I let him swing if his arms is bigger. Niggas said 50 bricks are better. That's what my bread like. And it come from arm strength. On-site murders, not using my conscience.
You know he is. You know it don't make no sense, bro. Like, you know that. You know that. I'm not gonna do this with you, bro. Like,
I'm waiting so long to have you review Head Ice Battle because it's like it was one thing to have to deal with Head Ice bars, but it's like, what do you do when like? Because you thought that Murder Mook versus Geechee Gotti was crazy. I'm like, let me show you. Let me show you something. This is just a sequel, my nigga. You have no idea how deep the rabbit hole goes. You know what I'm saying? Bias can be in the building, my nigga. And it had me under like I was enamored by it, my nigga.
And then
like,
you sat there and bought all in, like, yeah, this nigga's great. This nigga's the GOAT.
You know what I'm saying?
Ice. I control everything.
Harlem all day, every day. I control everything. I.C.E.
Get a load of me.
Controlling me. Bruh. You ain't even, in the first one, he even went crazy. He dropped some bars before the battle even started. It was like, he was like, Biggie understands me. Coochie Rap understands my gangster. Rakim spit it the same. And I'm feeling like Big Daddy Kane. And then everybody was just like, yeah! I know I fucked that up for those that know. But
it probably was whack anyway.
He just said some regular shit then. And I was just like, yo, the gas is crazy on them. You know what I'm saying? The gas is crazy. But yeah. That was one of the most amazing battles ever.
Seeing the way that he was getting slurped up in this battle, right? It makes more sense now why he comes out and still tries to rap and think that people are gonna love him. Because once you get this type of love, I mean, I can see him always trying to chase this success and this feeling again. It happens to celebrities all the time. They get big once and then they don't understand why people don't magically love them no more.
No, wait. I just think about the bars that they said, like, yo, when the nigga was like, you built, but all talk like Tarver, nigga. Get the touching up your chin like a barber, nigga. You sleep, I'm still bombing Pearl Harbor, nigga. That one was actually alright. I wasn't mad at that bar. That was a decent bar in there.
I understand it.
That was a decent bar. But that's, I've listened to this shit so much just because, like, there was a point where I really was enamored by it, and then another point where I was just like, it's just hilarious that he was so confident in his shit. Like, I don't think anybody could ever be that confident rapping. Sue Surf couldn't be that confident these days.
It's impossible.
Like, he just knew his shit was hitting, and he was just sick. Like, and then the room just gave him all the gas in the world, bro. Like, it was a movie, my nigga. It was a movie, like, and all this shit we see, all the memes and shit, all the battle rap parodies was based off gas like that. You know what I'm saying? He was a trendsetter, my nigga. Trendsetter.
He was.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, classic. Like, you want to get into the scores?
Let's waste our time with the scores. Crowd control. So how you would? What scores you giving up?
I'm giving Ty Knots a 2 on crowd control.
I actually put Ty Knots +1 because I don't even know his man's name. So like on my score, I just put Ty Knots +1. I just get a nigga a +1.
I think he did say his name, but
I don't care.
Yeah, if he had battled again, we would have known. Because I will say that I feel like that man should have battled again. He had some bars for sure. He might have really been something. Because he's one of the best. Like, and I'm not just saying that compared to Ty Knots or and whatever. Like, he was a nigga that saw the clear gas in the room and was like, you know what? I feel like taking this on. And he held his own, you know what I'm saying? For the most part.
He tried.
He definitely tried. And he left a good impression in my eyes. But yeah, I gave Ty Knots a 2 on crowd control just because, you know, some of his bars, you know, his bars would get reaction when he was talking about, you know, blowing niggas' brains through something. Because he said it like 3 times. He was like, click, clack, blip, blap, through his chest, through his socks. I don't know how that works, but back in that day when he said it, it sounded tough. You know what I'm saying? It was almost like Chrome to the cranium, boom, turn his dome to a stadium. Like, shout out to Dose. That bar was hard. I was almost mad that he got punched because I was like, I feel like Dose is gonna actually have some good shit to say. But yeah.
What'd you give Head Ice?
I had to give my boy a 5, my nigga. If I could have given him a 6, like, I would have given him a 6. You know what I'm saying? Like, Head Ice could have crowd surfed on that crowd.
I gave Ty Knots and his friend a 2. I gave Head Ice a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Delivery.
You gotta give him a 5. Delivery. Try not to give him a 3 because I feel like his delivery wasn't bad, even though it was kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I give him a 3, especially his man's. His man's delivery was A1. You know what I'm saying? I break your fucking jaw to drop him off with the spittle. Like I told you not to piss me off. Like, but yeah, that nigga was alright. Yeah, delivery I give him a 3. Head Ice had to give him a 5. It's one of my favorite deliveries ever. I craft my shit after it. It's a 5 is being nice. You know what I'm saying? If I could give it a 7, my nigga, break the barriers, my nigga. A++. What'd you give him?
I gave Ty Knots and his friend a 2, and I gave Head Ice a 5.
Gotta give him a 5, nigga. You know?
Haymakers.
Gotta get the number Av. Don't let the chance pass.
Speaking of Av, I know. I'm just remind me of Av. Mm-hmm. Av is back battling the URL again. He said him and Beasley talked. He cool with them for right now. So, I mean, I think he just battled this past weekend at that outside event. Pretty sure he did.
Niggas want that money. Niggas want that URL.
Yeah, he said everything cool for right now. He gonna see if everything followed through. He said if not, he gonna be back talking shit. So.
Yeah, we gonna see.
Haymakers.
I gave Ty Knots a 2 because his bars wasn't all bad.
Mm-hmm.
It just he had some good points in there, and then some of the other shits was like, you know, just whatever. But Head Ice, I had to give him a 3 on the bars because it wasn't the greatest stuff. I just like it because of everything else surrounding it. You know what I'm saying? So I gave him a 3 on bars. I
gave him both 2s.
I understand, you know, 2 2s. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's cool.
Zone.
I had to give Ty Knots a 1 because we seen niggas crash and burn, but we rarely see niggas quit. Like it takes a lot for a nigga to quit. Niggas will sit there for a good 60 seconds of silence before they quit.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga was just like, yeah, I don't want to go no more. And niggas even had the motive was like, yo, this is your moment, my nigga. Even had us just like, nah, like, come on, like, you got this, my nigga, come on. You know, that's when you know it's bad. When the niggas that's bullying you kind of chill and be like, nah, come on, bro, come on, don't leave. You know what I mean? When a nigga whipping your ass in UFC and says, I'm not having fun anymore, that's what that energy is, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I had to give him a 1 for that because he definitely lost all his own when he quit. You know what I'm saying? And for Head Ice, nigga couldn't get no more confident, my nigga. Like I had to give him a 5, my nigga. Like it's anything else would be uncivilized.
Same. Ty Knots a 1, Head Ice a 5. Overall, Ty Knots got a 7 from me, which is a D. Mm-hmm. Head Ice got a 17, which is an A.
And I gave Ty Knots a 8, and Head Ice got an 18. You know what I'm saying? A good showing from, you know, the legend that is Head Ice. You know what I'm saying? Get a load of me, ain't no control of me. I.C.E. Harlem every day, all day. I control everything. You feel me? Out here with it.
So yeah, that's gonna do it for this week's battle. Hopefully we don't do anything that stupid again for a long time. I do think it's interesting looking back at classic battles. I really do.
I know some wheelchair niggas that leg move. When it come to beef, you run. They shoot. Even Lux and Bird and Mooka was in the background cracking up, bro.
Because they knew that shit was stupid. And like that was the part that made it even funnier to me.
It's so confident. The nigga look right in the camera. I know some wheelchair niggas that leg move. Bro, that's why I be so aggressive when we do our battles. I feel like that over aggression just makes shit hilarious, my nigga. That's why I say stupid shit. I be like, nigga, that chopper turned grandmothers into grandbabies. Like it just sounds twice as hilarious when you say something dumb as hell, mad confident or mad aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Head Ice for that style gem. You know what I'm saying? And also, if you watch the My Expert Opinion in the early days, he was everywhere. By the way,
that nigga was just on. I remember that shit. He was just lying, dog. He was just lying. And like I wasn't there, so I don't know, but I just know he was lying.
Trying to say he's like LeBron James. They say LeBron James be lying about everything.
LeBron be lying all the time too. But
I listen to Beethoven before no, you don't, nigga. And then what made it worse? Niggas played some Beethoven over here and bopping, being like, like, nigga
was just every time somebody were trying to tell a story about anything. Oh yeah, I was there too.
He's like, oh yeah, that's one of my favorite quotes.
Like what? What?
Nigga be like, yeah, you know, there's this quote: "He who laughs loudest." Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite quotes. I love that quote right there. Nigga, you never heard it before.
That's also like when LeBron always walk around with books. Yeah. He always in the first page.
And then the nigga asked him about it. He was like, "Yeah, it's a pretty good book. You know what I'm saying? I haven't gone way through it, but what I've read, you know, I like it. It's a really good book. You know what I'm saying?" I was like, damn, nigga really be lying. Nigga really be cap.
Yeah, and Head Ice included the blueprint for Cap, because Head Ice was capping like shit when he was on my expert opinion. Every story Mav had, Head Ice would be like,
"Oh yeah, I was there.
Either I was there, or that only happened because I did this, and then that led to what, nigga? What? Huh?
By the way, I know some wheelchair niggas that leg move. You know what I mean? I'm gonna watch that battle again just to see, just to let this shit, right, bruh.
Artist of the week. I don't want to talk about this nigga. You want to go first, or I'm going first? All right. So for artist of the week, I actually have an honorable mention. This new Lil Yachty is amazing. It's very, very different.
Really?
Yeah, it's not a rap album. Kind of like how when Childish gave us "Awaken Your Love," it's in that vein. It's not. It doesn't sound similar to that. It's more like
his 808 and Heartbreak. Like he's trying something different from his catalog.
Yeah. It's a lot more instrumental and how do I describe it? Because it's not. It's more like a Tame Impala type of feel.
I'm actually not mad at that because niggas don't know. Hey, if you don't know, let us put you on right now. Tame Impala is some amazing shit. You know what I'm saying? Even if you do drugs, I've never listened to it doing drugs, but I feel like his shit is very melodic and it's psychedelic. I think it's really actually called that psychedelic rock or whatever, or whatever, just psychedelic something. Yeah. It sounds great and it's meant for that kind of feel. So definitely check it. Tame Impala. It's spelled the way it sounds. I co-sign that white dude. You know what I'm saying? So, and I have to say that because niggas will think it's a band. Even the band will be like, no, it's really him. We just when we're performing, he can't play all these instruments by himself, so he enlists us. But Tame Impala is really him. You know what I'm saying? When the album's coming out, he's recording all that shit himself. So that nigga's a modern day musical genius. I forget his real name because he even has some collabs under his real name, like with Calvin Harris and shit like that. So, but yes, Tame Impala. Please do your research. Check him out. His shit is great. But continue. I would check that out though.
That's my honorable mention. It's a very, very just came out recently. It's called Let's Start Here. So that's that new Yachty. A lot of people been talking about it because like people was like, yo, you wouldn't expect to say that this Yachty is like this because niggas only know Yachty for rap. So and then writing rap for women. So and
taking the walk to Poland. So
it's true. So anyway, that's honorable mention just to put that out there for niggas being heard it yet or didn't know about that new Yachty.
I might check that out.
Outside of that, I've been pumping Reason a lot lately. You know, Reason from TDE. I listen to Reason a lot. Like I've been listening to New Beginnings and There You Have It a lot. I don't know why. I think Reason is a really good rapper. He ain't got a hit yet. Yeah. He ain't really like. I think he has the ability to become like TDE's like newer like lyrical nigga, like verse wise. Reason's a really good rapper. Yeah, he just don't got no hits. He ain't got no radio type of appeal yet. I think that's what he need to work on. But I think Reason's a great rapper.
I think he might be. He'll be definitely a good level if he could do that. Because even at a time where you know, what I'm saying with Section 80, Kendrick Lamar, like he ain't really had no hits then either. But you could see he actually was working on, you know, what I'm saying, making better songs. He even said on Kendrick Lamar EP, I'm working on my hooks, my nigga. I ain't trying to battle you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And guaranteed if I did, I'd probably overshadow you. You know what I'm saying? So, was it like a fucked up taper that turned into a bowl cut?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's next one.
Yeah. But, yeah. So I think he might need to have to go back into the lab just for that. Like, yo, the bars is there. We got you. Just maybe work on some songs. Cause I think even Ab-Soul has that issue. Cause while he does make some bops here and there, on the Joe Budden podcast I watched with him on it, he be saying like, yo, I'm trying to go get the numbers this time around, but he's like, I don't even know how to make a hit. Like, yo, what song on my album can be considered the hit? And even the one he said, I wouldn't even consider that the hit. For those that didn't watch the interview but want to know, he considered "Fuck on My Face" to be the hit. And while that has a bounce to it, it wasn't my favorite joint. It was one of those I give him credit for the attempt. It's not a bad song, but I wouldn't give it that one. I think there was another one that he that was actually better in my opinion. What was it? The track number 3? I'm thinking about. But yeah, I think it was Holidays. It might have been that.
Holidays was the first song. That was the single. That was the first song we heard in anticipation for it was Holidays.
Oh really? My first joint was Do Better. That was one I heard.
The first one I heard was Holidays.
But yeah, like that one. Even if you didn't want that one, I would definitely put Go Off first, just because of the names attached. You know what I'm saying? Like Russ got a loyal fan base. Big Sean B. Cash was doing his thing, and that joint got tempo to it. So that one probably worked better. But even with that, I would give if I can give Absol any advice. Like sometimes he be too lyrical in his shit. I think there was one song I heard on there that actually did have some appeal to it, but then when he started rapping, I was like, all right, you ain't gonna get these kids because your bars are kind of too intricate. Like you're kind of talking about, I won't say mature stuff, but you're talking about pretty intellectual things. So you can still kill the track, but you almost have to have it like, yo, if somebody doesn't know what you're talking about, it still just sounds fire. But the way you rap really well, but I kind of have to know what you're talking about to feel it type thing. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm sure he'll figure it out because, TD, niggas make classics for breakfast. So.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? But, all right, yeah, I ain't even get to my artist of the week. My artist of the week is going to be some usual suspects. I've been listening to a lot of K-Flock and C Blue lately. And somebody I'll put on there that I rock with, and I don't know if I've expressed that enough, but Dave East. I really rock with Dave East. I've been kind of diving into his old catalog a little bit. I think he's gearing up to release another. No, I think he actually just released a tape with DJ Drama. If he hasn't, he's gearing up to. But I've been checking some of Dave East's older stuff. When his voice used to be a little lighter. You know what I mean? But and his hair was shorter. But fire stuff. So yeah, the Drill Niggas and Dave East. Those are my artists of the week. And just throw a little SZA in there, just cause. Why not? SZA's album is fire.
I saw her album is like 7 weeks at number 1 right now.
Yeah, I think they said that she is about to tie or is tying with Whitney Houston's 40-year-old album for that. For like being number 1 for so long. So shout out to SZA. That's a fact. Maybe we can just throw some Young Blue in there too, because Young Blue really, he's like a sleeper. Like I listen to his shit and his stuff be pretty melodic. He even produces now too, so I personally hate that because it's just one less client for me. I actually knew somebody that kind of was like in the studio with him, but it was really at the time where he was like really producing for himself. So that just makes it really hard because he's only gonna either produce it himself or he's gonna get niggas that are already lit to produce it because he's like, why am I work with nobody when I probably got my own system going? So, but shout out to Young Blue. The music is definitely fire for sure. So, yeah. But I think that will conclude another episode of the Hold Down Podcast. You know what I'm saying? We can wrap this up because I definitely have to pass gas and I don't like to do it on the mic. Or at least I like to do it and let him have a chance to escape it. So, where can they find you on social media? I'm glad you asked that, Kev. So, you can find me at Saquon on the Beat on Instagram. That's SAYQUANONDABEAT. I almost tripped up on that, but yeah, fuck them hackers. You know what I'm saying? You can find me at SAYQUAND on my other social media platforms. And you can find me at SAYQUAN.beatstars.com. That's my beat store. Holla at me. I got all kinds of beats on there. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy. Fuck with your boy. Shout out to K Camp. Where can they find you at?
All my socials are the same. I keep it simple over here. Hit me up at Bloodbath. Mama! Talk to me. I talk back. Yeah.
Sleeveless.
It's the same on all of them. Fuck with your boy. But that's gonna do it with this episode of Hold Down Podcast. Thank you for making it this far. If you made it this far, always make sure you like the video. Let us know that you made it here. And then if you enjoy what we've been talking about, if you're enjoying the conversation, make sure you leave us a comment and then subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching this again. And remember to tell a friend to tell a friend.
And tell a bitch to tell a hoe.
Remember, the South gonna hold it down.